Alright, what's next on the agenda? Omega Nebula Cluster, Amada System. Angea. Angea is a typical ammonia-methane ice giant. Traces of chlorine in the atmosphere give it a distinct green tint. Penetrating scans have revealed large numbers of hollow, unpowered objects with dimensions of 3.14 by 12.56 by 28.26 meters, circulating in the equatorial cloud bands. These objects appear to have sails or wings attached, allowing them to be borne aloft by Angea's winds. While they are too deep to be reached for study, popular conjecture in xenoarchaeological circles holds that they are coffins of an ancient race who laid their dead to rest in the gas giant. I wonder what kind of race were they? Angea scanner results depleted. Ain Ghana. Ain Ghana is a hot, beautiful, and deadly world, covered with the debris of ancient starships. Approximately 127,000 years ago, a series of battles were fought over it by two organic species, the Thoihan and the Inusanon. Although no records of the conflict remain, most historians agree that both races wanted to colonize Ain Ghana, and neither were willing to share. The two lost hundreds of ships in a series of battles over Ain Ghana and its moon, Batalla. Many of these were eventually pulled in by the planet's gravity well. The Mass Effect drive cores of these ships broke apart, dumping refined element zero over large stretches of landscape. This poisoned the environment and a wave of extinctions followed. Many of the animal species that remained showed a tendency to develop biotic powers. As the ecology of Ain Ghana is energetic and aggressive, this makes colonization a deadly peril. Ain Ghana depleted. I just realized we're just flying around space, strip mining every planet we encounter. I don't know. Karora is essentially a great rock in space, Tidally locked to Armada, its only notable feature is a chain of craters stitching across the northern hemisphere, thought to be the result of impacts by a swarm of meteors. Carrora's low density suggests it contains no mineral wealth beyond common light metals. It maintains a tenuous atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Carrora depleted. Takan, orbiting closest to the F-class star Armada. Takan is a blistering, sun-blasted hell. Neither its carbon dioxide atmosphere nor its weak magnetic field provides any protection from the star's harsh radiation. Fortunately, Takan has few significant resources and is only notable for an unusual purple desert in the southern hemisphere, thought to be the result of eroded spessartite. What the heck is that? Takan depleted. Fathar system. Wait. There was a vibration on my controller around this area. What happened? Dorgal. The surface is an ethan-soaked mush. The planet hovers near the boiling point of the hydrocarbon and supports a diverse if simple and slow-moving carbon-based ecology. The planet's gravity is strong enough to retain an atmosphere of molecular nitrogen and carbon monoxide, but the methane that dominated billions of years ago has long since been lost. And why is that? Dorgal, from rich to depleted. Maybe I should stop strip mining these planets. Korar is a small, lifeless rock blessed with significant deposits of thorium, used in radiation shielding and the manufacture of space frame alloys. A small population of miners eke out an existence on the surface, selling their ore at Lorek and praying that the intermittent raids by the Terminus pirate clans will pass their homestead by. Poor people. There have been no children born on Korar since the infamous pirate raid of 2047, when every child on the planet was rounded up and taken as a slave. Any couple finding itself pregnant preemptively moves off-world. So these miners, they have no defenses against the pirates. I guess they have no standing militia to fight the pirates.
Anomaly detected.
Anomaly detected? Lorek is an extremely rare example of a habitable world circling a red dwarf star. Originally an independent Asari colony named Esan, it was annexed by the Batarian hegemony in 1913, causing a minor galactic incident. Despite several attempts, the local Terminus warlords have never been able to take Lorek for themselves. Lorek is a low-density world, composed of rock-alike metals and a water-based crust. It is tidally locked to Fathar, with a sunward hot pole and shadowed cold pole. Water on the sunward side evaporates quickly, traveling over the islands of the habitable Terminator Zone in the form of a massive, fast-moving thunderstorms, and finally settling as snow on the frozen dark side. There are fears that the buildup of ice cap mass on the far side may cause axial reorientation over the course of several million years, but Batarian officials dismiss the idea as an irresponsible theory disseminated by counter-hegemonist subversives. So it was an Asari colony, but was annexed by Batarian. I wonder why the Asari did not try to take it back. Was it because they did not really need the colony? Or the Batarian are a foe to be reckoned with, even with the combined might of the Council races? General distress.
Probe away.
General distress.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
Status of system operator is not known. General distress. Beacon auto process interrupted at parse point ACO 655321. Status of system operator is not known. General distress. Beacon auto process interrupted at parse point ACO
Launching a
65532.
probe. I have found something.
Anomaly detected. Signal scans detect a transmitter matching Cerberus encryption. It is registered to an unknown deep cover operative. Cerberus operative life signs unconfirmed. Other transmissions that match known Eclipse coded communications also detected. The Eclipse mercenary? Interesting. Is it normal for Cerberus to tangle with the mercenaries? Well, if their interests collide, right? What planet is this again? Lorek? It's called Lorek, right? Recover stolen. What?
Nice one.
Here we go.
No, 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 don't die, don't die, don't die. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Oh shit.
Deploying warfield.
I almost died. What the fuck? The door is locked. Alright.
Understood.
Right there.
On it.
Subject ID Interrogator Corporal Gero. Subject Cerberus Agent Tyrone Rawlings. Eclipse targeted Agent Rawlings some time ago. We know Rawlings is connected to the encrypted data we acquired. The data could conclusively prove Cerberus' involvement in Rachni experiments. We believe Rawlings possesses a cipher that can be used to decrypt the data. Without his cipher, the data could take years for Eclipse to decode. Subject captured. Interrogator Corporal Gero. Subject Cerberus Agent Tyrone Rawlings. Agent Rawlings proved difficult to capture, having insinuated himself on a ship bound for the Attican Traverse. He had won over the loyalty of the ship's crew, who believed him to be a human dignitary on a mission of discovery. Our own agents managed to disable the ship and hobble its defenses long enough to extract Agent Rawlings. We lost a lot of men to obtain this asset. This data had better be worth the expense. Subject interrogated. The interrogation has failed. Despite some of our most advanced interrogation techniques, Agent Rawlings managed to evade our questions. When we applied more invasive methods, he proved resistant to those as well. Eventually, Agent Rawlings' resistance caused tempers to flare. We consider it unfortunate that Agent Rawlings did not live to pass on the cipher. We have men working to decipher the encryption now. As long as we control this data, its mere existence remains a powerful tool against Cerberus. Okay, proof that Cerberus was involved in Rachni experiments. Yeah, I saw it. I saw one of Cerberus's outposts in the first game, where they have a holding area with Rachni inside it. Hold on. Holding cell access bypass. Is this Agent Tyrone Rawlings? Okay, he's dead. Computer console, access data logs.
This computer contains the encrypted intelligence extracted from the captured Cerberus agent. The information could adversely affect Cerberus if it were ever circulated publicly.
Upload data to the Alliance, upload data to Cerberus. Upload data, recover data for yourself. But the Elusive Man monitors every communication with the Normandy, right? And ED is under the Elusive Man's influence or control. So if I recover the data for myself, the Elusive Man would know, right? Whatever. Recover data for myself.
Data received.
Cerberus operative Tyrone Rawlings was found dead. Encrypted data transmitted to Normandy for decryption and storage.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Operative data filed from ED. I've logged and begun decryption of the data you recovered from the Eclipse based on LOREC. Preliminary searches show that the information pertains to illicit operations in which Cerberus was involved over the past 5 years. Should this information be released, it could severely hinder Cerberus' ability to operate openly in the galaxy. It will take me a year or more to completely decrypt this information. Alright, so this game clearly confirms that currently Cerberus is operating publicly. However, in the first game, Admiral Kahoku said that Cerberus is a shadowy shadowy organization. So, is Cerberus' story being retconned from being a shadowy organization into a organization that works in the public eyes? Normandy crash site data received from Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, the Alliance was grateful to receive the information you found at the Normandy crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dog tags, you have provided peace of mind for a lot of people. Commander, I thank you on their behalf.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Good luck out there, Shepard.
Fuel at 1/2 capacity.
Kaira Vamori system. Uwan Oche, Uwan Prime, is a stony planet encased in ice under a methane-heavy sky, named for the Uwan Consortium, the Batarian manufacturing firm that financed its exploration. Uwan Oche's crust provides much of the boron allotropes used in Omnigel throughout the Terminus systems. The area has naturally become a haven for pirates, who attempt to steal the refined gel or its ingredients as soon as the cargo ships leave the atmosphere. Vatar. Located within the life zone of a dimming orange sun, Vatar would be habitable except for its carbon dioxide atmosphere and an icy surface that kills most oxygen-producing bacteria. Nonetheless, mercenary companies and slavers have numerous strongholds on the planet, out of reach of any galactic authority. Travel advisory. A statistically significant number of distress signals have originated within the 1 million kilometer mark of Vatar. Civilian travel is not advised. A rocky planet with a crushing atmosphere, Sector has been scanned from orbit but largely left unexplored due to its sweltering conditions. Its atmosphere contains nitrogen but also an unusually high percentage of ethane, which can coalesce in pockets near the surface. The alumina-heavy crust of the planet can reach glowing hot temperatures during the daytime, reaching the ethane's auto-ignition temperature and creating pockets of flame across the landscape. For this reason, extravehicular activities are discouraged on Sector, and no company has been willing to invest in exploration. Arin Larkan System. Punished with ultraviolet and gamma radiation from the Class F star its orbits, Utha is no one's first choice for a planet to land on. Covered in seawater, Utha has a hydrosphere and ozone layer similar to Earth's. But that simply isn't enough to ward off the life-killing radiation. Its nitrogen-rich, oxygen-poor atmosphere goes unchanged by the few proteins that have managed to form in the ocean depths. Utha, however, has served as a way station for slaves escaping their Batarian masters. What little land it has tectonically stable, and its considerable radiation belt and electrical storms grant cover from many common types of sensors. Fleeing ships typically hide on Utha long enough to discharge their drive cores and stock up on deuterium before trying to make it to the cluster's mass relay. Batalla System. Nearok is a hydrogen-methane gas giant whose moons were once home to Esul, a Batarian warlord who terrorized the Terminus systems. Attempting to unite a pirate army under his banner, he successfully conducted a rapid blitz against 11 habitable planets. Fortunately, for the rest of the galaxy, Esul's crimes caught the attention of the Spectres, who deduced his hidden location and assassinated him. Esul's empire, built on hyperextended armies, soon came crashing down. His lost stockpiles of Element Zero have become something of a legend, and foolish spacers have spent countless amounts of time and money searching the Batalla system, convinced they will be the ones that finally strike it rage. What if it has already been taken by the specters that assassinated him? Thuna Wanuro, a strange island of peace in the lawless Terminus systems. Thuna Wanuro is a planet of crushing gravity but abundant life. As its ponderous name indicates, it was colonized by the Alcor, who have several blooming industries on the planet. Hydroelectric dams and biofuels from tough woody algae provide much of the planet's energy. Mines export uranium, thorium, and gold, taken to space with generous use of mass effect fields. Of course, pirates target the Alcor shipping as soon as it leaves orbit, but the Alcor's deals with mercenary companies keep away all but the most foolhardy of attackers. So the Alcor made a deal with mercenary companies. Logasiri, a step above a carbonaceous asteroid, a planet with a carbon-heavy crust and a trace atmosphere of CO2 and helium. Its surface is cool enough to have liquid water, but it is rapidly drying out, as it has lost the critical mass to have a self-sustaining hydrologic cycle. Nevertheless, the Batarians have colonized the world, forcing slaves to work in their mines and agri-habitats. The labor is hot, endless, and back-breaking even in its low-G environment. Every horror story told by slaves elsewhere in the cluster seems to be topped by one from Logasiri. The most famous is that of the slaver Silparon, who worked to death 420 slaves over the course of a galactic standard year and ground up their bodies for compost in his greenhouses. He was eventually poisoned by his wife, but his shadow and his business model still hangs over the miserable planet. 420 slaves? What kind of slaves? Is this a reference to 420 meme? Sahrabarik system. Bindur. If it were closer to Sahrabarik, Bindur would have an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. In the deep cold of the outer solar system, however, both elements have long since frozen to the ground. Imorkan, a standard methane ammonia gas giant, the main source of helium-3 fuel for ships coming to or from Omega. Most of its fueling stations are run by criminal cartels, who engage in cutthroat, sometimes literally, pricing wars. Imorkan is also widely known for its layover stations, where pirates in a hurry can find fuel, ammunition, intoxicants, gambling, and sexual companionship at any hour. Urdak is a close-orbiting brown dwarf. Most red-brown dwarf binary systems have an average separation of 8 AU. The Sahrabarik system is about 12 billion years old, and it has long since used up the deuterium used to fuel fusion. So Urdak is not luminous like some brown dwarfs are. Urdak is a Class L brown dwarf with a relatively low temperature of 1300 degrees Celsius, but its heat and gravity have made it unpopular for development. There are rumors that the heads of several of Omega's crime syndicates maintain private residences on various moons. Whatever the truth of the matter, battles between syndicate vessels are often observed around the ring plane. News outlets on Omega maintain satellites at Urdak's Lagrange points for real-time coverage of these battles, which garner high viewer ratings. Interesting. So they make the cartel wars as a form of entertainment as well, for the people of Omega. Serpent Nebula cluster. Widow 100%. Hold on. Feynman, a hydrogen methane gas giant. Far less interest. Feynman is of far less interest to the colonies of Bekenstein than its moons. All 24 are under heavy development by 3 rival firms: Hoshichiri Heavy Industries, Guanghui Solutions, and the Dynamis Corporation. These 3 firms are under ironclad contracts to sell their raw materials exclusively to corporations based on or orbiting around Bekenstein, a situation which has led to heavy investment on Bekenstein from manufacturing corporations looking to get a piece of the action. Feynman itself has been relatively untouched by the mining concerns, as its strong magnetosphere and Great Dark Storm cells create a barrier to all but the newest generation of scanners. Wheeler is a sizable rock planet. Its atmosphere is a hostile mix of hydrogen and carbon monoxide, which poses little hazard to remote robomining. Modern equipment can easily tolerate the planet's temperatures and gravity. Wheeler's crust is rich in bauxite and other light metals used in fabricators the galaxy over. Thoft. Technically named Thoft, Dutch for the head. Thoft is a dwarf planet with a moderate carbon dioxide atmosphere and rich deposits of periclase, originally put on the star charts when a human scout ship needed to discharge its drive core and wasn't able to reach the system's gas giants in time. Thoft has seen some development by Hoshichiri Heavy Industries. Periclase from the asteroid can be found in common industrial products. such as industrial cable insulation and fire-resistant prefab housing walls. Veldman, a hydrogen-helium gas giant, home to the Koshiro-10, enormous storm cells that appear as whitish spots and are visible as far away as Bekenstein. As with most other colonized gas giants, Veldman's orbital space sports a variety of helium-3 refueling stations for merchant vessels. Of particular note among the orbital stations is the Dynamis Corporation's facility for manufacturing metastable metallic hydrogen. Despite the risks involved in manipulating the powerful mass effect fields needed to do so, Citadel warships, which use the substance in their thrusters, can frequently be seen docking at Veldman as a result. This makes the Boltzmann system one of the most heavily patrolled in Citadel space.
I can't believe these humans. No fly lists? What have they turned this place into?
I overheard you talking. Having a problem?
It's a private matter.
Give me a chance. I might be able to help.
I don't see why you would. Since your kind gained a seat on the council, they've taken over CSEC customs. There are hundreds of new security checks and travel restrictions. We've been flagged as a potential risk for Geth infiltration. They won't let us board a ship back to Asari space.
Why would they consider you a risk? You're obviously not Geth.
I don't know. They wouldn't tell us. We got on a list somewhere for some reason, and they won't tell us anything because it's classified.
Who won't let you board a ship?
I don't know who made the decision. Some pencil pusher at the shuttle port told us. The one outside the CSEC station?
I'll see if I can get it sorted out.
I'm not holding my breath.
Captain Bailey?
Yes?
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
Which one is it? Which pencil pusher? Which one? There are a lot of them. Oh, maybe outside. Alright, let's see. This
sorry,
one?
sir, but I'll need you to remove any biotic amp you might be wearing.
What? Why?
Unfortunately, sir, biotics can be used as a weapon. The rules require me to confiscate all amps. Could you please hand over yours?
I don't have one. I'm not a biotic.
Oh. Well, when you objected, I thought...
You humans are all racist.
Can I help you, sir?
I talked to a couple of Asari. They say customs won't let them leave the station, but they weren't told why. Can you help me out?
I'm sorry, sir, but all matters related to station security are classified. We can't risk Geth infiltration. Revealing why someone is on a watch list might compromise the safety of CSEC's undercover agents.
Hypothetically speaking, what would clear them to go?
I don't know. There's no process in place to get people off the watch list. There's a bunch of ways to get them on, though. Emily Wong did an expose about it last month. The only way she got a blacklisted person through the system was with a forged ID. Even then, it only worked once.
Did you talk with them? Did they seem like Geth agents to you?
Well, no, but you can never be sure.
Look, miss, I've fought hundreds of Geth. I can assure you that those two aren't Geth infiltrators. The lack of flashlight heads was kind of a giveaway.
I'm not saying it makes any sense. Those are the rules I have to enforce. I can't get them cleared, but I can flag the case file for review. That will allow them to travel in the meantime. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm fine. Thanks for your help.
Next.
Or maybe they're worried about indoctrination, right? Like in the first game. What quest was it in the first game? I forget. Let me think. Oh yes. During the mission to destroy Sahren cloning facility, it turns out the Sovereign has the ability to indoctrinate, and Sahren has been using Salarians as the test subjects to research the indoctrination. Sahren himself was indoctrinated, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so maybe they're worried about indoctrination, right? They're worried about indoctrinated individuals. I wonder if it was a good idea to help this Asari travel. I mean, I don't know the full story. Maybe they found signs of indoctrination. Maybe they have found a way to detect whether someone has been indoctrinated or not. But I doubt it though. I doubt that they flag this Asari because of the worry for indoctrination, because the council themselves seems reluctant to support Shepard's statement about the threat from the Reapers. So if the council is reluctant about it, no, well, they're not reluctant. I think they are dismissive of Shepard's claim about the Reaper threat. If the council is dismissive of that threat, then why would they flag the Asari for indoctrination? Because they don't believe it, right? So it must be a mistake that they flag the Asaris.
So?
Good news. I convinced them to let you go.
You
Alright.
what? How did you do that?
Now it's time for a threesome with 2 Asaris. Let's do this, baby.
I explained how their methods are flawed. I fought a lot of Geth in my time.
Few have. How unexpected. We should get ready to leave. There should be another ship heading to Thessia tomorrow.
Wait, no threesome with the Asaris? Bullshit. Alright, never mind. Thegan rounds out the trio of planets only scouted by space probe in this backwater solar system, a frozen ball with significant amounts of tin in its crust. Thegan has a fractional atmosphere with trace amounts of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Strange radiation emissions have been charted coming off Thegan, but it is unknown if these are from radioactive elements or merely a star's radiation reflected by a high albedo surface. Sinalus. Space probes indicate that Sinalus is nowhere near as hospitable as its neighbor Xanethu. Sinalus's hydrogen-argon atmosphere is thought to be anathema to life, but the presence of borax on the surface spawned by a boron-heavy core indicates the planet may once have had water.
I have detected an anomaly.
Believed to be a post-garden world, Xanethu has large deposits of calcium carbonate in its sedimentary rocks, indicating it may have once had plate tectonics and even plant life. Its swirling clouds of dust and snow may have occurred more recently and blocked the sun, creating a mass extinction event. Its surface gravity is comfortable and its temperature tolerable by most sapient species.
Sensors.
Alliance hotspots detected. Alliance sources request that all ships keep watch for signs of the missing freighter MSV Estevanico, lost 1 year ago in this sector. Any data recovered that sheds light on the Estevanico's fate will be rewarded. Surface scans indicate the presence of a large shipwreck. Signature bears similarities to that of the Alliance merchant freighter MSV Estevanico. Structural integrity is critical. Life support is damaged but capable of sustaining a skeleton crew. Recommend extreme caution. Why?